wake up in the morning and I work creatively all day on all future things that I'm doing.
So what's a day like? You're thinking about?
I wake up in the morning and I get on my computer and I have files, lists of references, and I have reference boards with all of my materials on them. And I basically call the House of Gaga all day and argue with them about what I want to do while they tell me, you can't do that. And I say, yes, I can bleed to death on domestic television if I want to. So, you know, for me, it's all about, you know, being provocative is not just about getting people's attention. It's about really saying something that affects people in a real way, in a positive way. Right. So all the things that I do in terms of the fame and in terms of the fame monster, it's meant to sort of make it a bit easier to swallow this kind of horrific media world that we live in.
I like to know that I can define my fame and define my beauty for myself.
If you are always changing what you do based on what other people say, you completely lose yourself.
Pop record, that's who I am, and I will always be that way. Relentless and fearless and vicious.
Making it is important, but it's not more important than keeping plans with your grandma and your dad.
I put a lot of time and effort into everything I do, and
I was really blessed and lucky to get in. I got in very early. I was 17, and I was one of 20 people in America that got into the school early. And I was really happy and excited, and I just felt like all my dreams were coming true. And it was a wonderful school, but it was very factory-like, and not in the Warhol factory-like way, more like a sausage link factory where everyone was taught the same sorts of things. And I think what I didn't like about this school was I felt that they wanted us all to be the same and possess the same skills. And I had something very different inside of me.
To the point that I do nothing.
I just always felt famous. That's what my first album was really about, is that fame comes from within inside of you, and it's not something that you obtain. And I still feel that way in a lot of ways. I like to know that I can define my fame and define my beauty for myself, which is why I'm so vigilant and relentless about my image and my music. Is I will not allow, no matter how successful I become, for the public to define or indicate what it is that I create or what it is that I believe is beautiful or what I believe is a hit.
I am always conscious of empowering the people around me. I want everyone in my team to know that they all play the same equal part that I play in making everything happen that happens every day.
It inspires me, and I'm inspired not just by, you know, what I see in terms of the future of music or tech or fashion. I see also my fans, and I think about what they want to experience, and they love to feel out of touch with reality for a moment. So it might feel shocking maybe, but I really think it's just this sort of surreal fantasy that I take pleasure in creating. I've been making music now with, you know, like Tony Bennett for a couple of years, and you know, Elton John is, you know, one of my closest friends, and his husband David, and they just have showed me that, like, I'm a baby in my artistry, you know, and I just have to keep making music and keep going. And so my focus really for this album is showing that to young girls and to boys that want to make music, that you don't have to get lucky on the internet. It's not a social media game. You don't have to find a, you know, the hot producer and get the hot track, you know, to be a star. You can just learn how to play an instrument and sit in your room and practice and write songs and poetry, and then you can go around the corner to the bar and meet other artists that do the same thing that you do, and you can hang out and talk about music and write songs, and then you can play at the spot around the corner and gain one fan, and then do it over and over and over again until you're discovered. Someone asked me once what they, or many times I think, what I thought it meant to be an artist, and I said what I think.
I have a couple of things that I do. The newest thing that I do, I don't read a damn thing. No press, no television, no, if my mom calls and says, did you hear about, I don't want to know nothing about anything that is going on in relation to music. Obviously, I want to know about the world. I shut it all off. And I'm in an, other than this interview, Oprah, I do not intend to speak to anyone for a very long time. This is my moment for me to experience a rebirth with my own music. I have to shut it all out. The noise. You know the noise. The noise, it's loud. You have to cancel out the noise and remember that it's your thoughts that matter.
You're so smart. You are very wise.
Well, you are one.
No, that's how you do it. That is how you do it.
You have to.
An artist needs essentially more than discipline or even talent, is a perspective. So if you are always changing what you do based on what other people say, you completely lose yourself and you become just, something that's constantly affected by what's around you as opposed to stable and your own and like autonomous in your identity.
Hard work and discipline and rehearsal, and that's always the most thrilling way to earn applause. And everything that you've seen me do, I've always rehearsed a lot for it. So there's a lot of passion that goes behind it.
I just learned how much more wise I am now, and how much I've learned, and how important family is and friendship, and how your career and making it is important, but it's not more important than keeping plans with your grandma and your dad, and making sure that you are on time, for your mom's event that she's doing, whatever it is that you're working on. It's that's what I've really learned going into my, leaving my 20s, is that it was time to have more balance.
I know it's there,
Yeah.
but can I open it? It's not the same as just writing a song. It's writing the next. It's writing the next chapter of whatever lobe is in my brain that's waiting to be unlocked. And if people think I sound narcissistic, it's fine, because Oprah, it's all I've got.
Once in my life.
My parents, my mother cried, and my father said, you have 1 year and you have to support yourself. And I said, okay. For me, I was never interested in anyone taking care of me. I mean, I even had a job when I was 15 years old. Because I liked to be independent. I liked to do things on my own terms. So I left school and I got like 3 different jobs, and my dad paid my rent for 3 months. And then when the 3 months was up, I had to pay. And it was great. It was wonderfully liberating.
There's always that pressure, but the best thing about it is it's only a door away. It's like I've got the first album door. It was open. It's great. Door stays open, you work. I see it like a hallway, my creativity. I see it's a hallway with wooden doors. The first door is open, that's that album, you walk down. There's another door, that's the next album. And then there's one more door, and it's coming up, right? And I'm banging on the walls, and I'm looking for hammers. I'm trying to figure out where the machine guns are. I'm looking for, I just want to get to that freaking door. So I walked down that hallway, and it happened recently.
The door opened.
The door opened.
It did.
It opened, it blast open, and once it opens, the light shoots right through, and I'm in. And then I can relax because I know I broke through the door. It's the words, it's the
harmony, everything.
It's the journey.
कि तेरे लिए दुनिया छोड़ दी है, तुझ पे ही सांस आके रुके। চিন্তা করার দরকার নেই। যে আল্লাহ দুনিয়াতে পাঠিয়েছেন সে আল্লাহ আমার জন্য কিছু না কিছু তো রেখেছেন। এই জীবনে আপনি সব কিছুর সমাধান আপনি খুঁজে পাবেন না, সব প্রশ্নের উত্তর আপনি খুঁজে পাবেন। सच बोलकर चाहे मेरा दिल तोड़ देना, भी मेरा यकीन मत तोड़।
ওয়ান পিস, সেজন্য তো বললাম রোজি ওয়ান পিস, বললাম চট্টগ্রাম কা বললাম হাই খোদা, বললাম ওয়ান পিস, অনলি ওয়ান পিস। दूसरा বললাম পৃথিবীতে আর জন্মাইগা নেহি। ওয়ান পিস চট্টগ্রামের রোজি ওয়ান পিস বললাম, বাই।